Ignoring a woman, one of the oldest pickup artists' tactics. It's very probable that you've heard about this before. How can you get a woman considerably more interested in you if you just start ignoring her and avoiding her? It's true that ignoring a woman does work, but how you go about it matters. There are acceptable ways, and then there are inappropriate ways to ignore a woman. But why would you choose to ignore a woman? How can neglecting a woman make her more attracted to you? There are two main reasons. One, it's human nature to desire what we can't have. It's similar to the huge red button example. Show someone a large red button and tell them they must not press it. They're probably going to press it regardless. If you hadn't even mentioned the button, they would have probably disregarded it. It's the same situation here. The second point is in today's world, women receive an abundance of attention. A typical woman typically has 10 or 20 males from her workplace, gym, or friends group eager to pay her attention. So, attention and affection aren't really that important for women anymore. That's where you come in. If you start to ignore a woman, she becomes curious. How can this man ignore me when so many would fall head over heels for me? She starts to become interested in you. She wants to find out more about you. This is the second reason why ignoring her work. Let's now discuss the most common blunders males make when neglecting a woman. There are numerous things that can go wrong, and even if you do everything perfectly, she can just leave for no apparent reason. But first, let's look at the two most prevalent ways men go wrong with this tactic. The first mistake most guys make is ignoring a woman too soon in their relationship. Assume you recently met a woman at a bar or a party. You get along well with her, but after a time, the talk slows down. So you decide to ignore her in the hopes of making her feel more interested in you. Now, here's why this doesn't work. She just met you. Sure, you can ignore her, but there's not enough interest there to make her want to chase after you. She can just wait a while, and another man will come up and fill your place. So, if you do plan to ignore her, be sure to do it a bit further down your relationship. Don't do it an hour after meeting her. Remember, absence fuels affection, but without the initial spark, it'll all go to waste. The second most prevalent mistake guys make when ignoring women is doing so at the wrong time. You could believe this is the same as the first one, but it's not. Let's use the same female from the bar or party as an example. There was an instant spark between you two when you met. You discover that you have certain things in common. You decide to continue conversing and hanging around. However, there is still an air of ambiguity around the two of you. You're not sure if she likes you or not. Let's imagine she expresses an interest in you. She expresses her desire to be with you. Now you might think that this is the best moment to ignore her, but it's quite the opposite. This is the worst moment to ignore her. Assuming the woman you've chosen is decent, expressing her feelings like this was definitely something that took guts. She put herself in a vulnerable position in front of you. Ignoring her at this moment would break her, and she will start to resent you forever. Don't neglect a woman at this moment, as you'll be missing out on what could possibly turn into a nice little relationship. Now let's discuss about how to ignore a woman correctly. Ignoring a woman has the psychological effect of creating a feeling of mystery and intrigue. When you neglect a woman, you are effectively indicating that you are uninterested in her and that she is unworthy of your attention. This may appear to be the polar opposite of getting women to like you, yet it works. When you neglect a woman, you are fueling her basic need to be loved, desired, and acknowledged. This is what drives women to follow guys who disregard them. You should begin by ignoring a woman in this way. Show initial interest. Show her that you're not absolutely frigid and that you can be affectionate if you want to. When you neglect her, she will believe that something is wrong with her or that she is no longer interesting to you. Start to withdraw yourself when you've gotten near enough. Don't fully disappear, just take a step back. If she texts you, respond briefly and explain that you're busy. Late reply to her. Reschedule a couple times if she wants to hang out. However, strike a balance between ignoring her and paying attention to her. You don't want to do too much of one thing. And once you're even closer, go missing for 1 or 2 days. This will make her fall in love with you. She'll start to wonder where you've gone. She will not be able to quit thinking about you. After you've made her crazy about you, tone down the ignoring and concentrate on getting close to her. And once you're in a relationship, forget about ignoring. Sure, keep your distance from time to time. Too much of anything, even love, is harmful to our health. But there will be no reason to ignore her any longer. If you neglect her at the wrong time, you can wind up losing her. If you want more videos like this, be sure to hit subscribe and take a look at the other videos on the channel. Why not like the video too? It will greatly help the channel.